Welcome to Twilight, noobs.
Should you feel welcome? I don't know. I always have to try to think of something to say, and that was all I could come up with.
Well, every episode I'm like, welcome to Twilight, noobs, and then you always either make a sound or you start it, like you get it going. That was probably my favorite one so far.
Which one?
You just went, haha. I thought it was good.
Oh man, I gotta do the intro next time, man. I did the first intro. I gotta keep them coming. And then we gotta find a new song, a new intro song. It's gonna be great.
Dude, we have to do a lot. We're gonna change the profile picture.
That's right.
Yeah, there's a lot of things going on.
We'll hype going.
Yeah, we'll change the profile picture. So by the time this episode's out, it might have changed. So
is it the one I sent you?
I don't know yet.
Dang it.
But
we're voting for mine. So everybody vote. Say vote for Eric's.
They don't even know what it is. So
it doesn't matter. They have to vote for mine. That way they show their support for me, because I'm the one that's coming up with the ideas here, mister.
I came up with an idea. I just haven't showed you yet. Jeez.
Oh, well, now I know. First time I'm hearing about it. This guy over here. Gosh. Okay.
So don't get lost. There might be a new logo, and you're like, what the heck? Like, where is Twilight Noobs? So
it'll still be called Twilight Noobs.
Yeah. Just keep an eye out for it. We have some new reviews and comments, right?
That's right. We got 3 new reviews. One star review, but we're not going to talk about that one. Yeah. And then we got some Facebook chatter going on, but we like the 5-star reviews. Coming from Coco Slave. Wait. Is that... Wait. Coco Slave?
I think it's just Coco's Love.
I think it's Coco's Love. Yeah, my bad.
Coco Slave.
He's from Ukraine. Anyway, he says, no, he's definitely not from Ukraine. I absolutely love y'all's podcast. I don't think they say y'all in Ukraine. He's from Texas. Nah, he's from Kansas for sure. Anyway, y'all are so funny. Funny. He said funny twice. He didn't even know that. I got your grandma and you didn't even see it. Anyway, okay. Y'all are so funny. Funny. And I've been in love with the Twilight Saga since the beginning. Hearing y'all's podcast makes me so nostalgic, and I need this podcast to function. Lol. I can't wait to listen to the rest of the chapters and books. Thank you, Coco Slave. Oh, Captain, my Captain, coming in with 5 stars. When the Twilight hype was at its highest, I did end up reading the novels. How could you? And eventually saw the film series. But I find I can enjoy it best by enjoying the highs and laughing my head off at the lows. Thankfully, this podcast is a perfect companion for having a laugh and enjoying viewpoints of a couple of quote-unquote noobs to the series. Very funny and great chemistry between the hosts. Oh, thank you.
Nice.
I'm in and loving this whole concept. Awesome. Thank you very much. Keeping track, Tracy. Oh, it's almost a tongue twister. 5 stars. As a longtime Twilight fan, this podcast is awesome. It helps me keep some perspective on what the books look like to people outside the fandom, and it's all in good fun. I would love it if you guys checked out the Twilight Renaissance on Tumblr. What's Tumblr? I have no idea. Which within the past years has gained an active Twilight community, despite how long the series has been out. How long has Twilight been out? 10 years?
Yeah, at least, something like that.
Man. Not as big as a thing as Star Wars, but I guess it's pretty big. It would make a good episode after you've read the series, because the community really spends a lot of time making fun of the series itself and Stephanie Meyer's like you guys do. Keep up the good work. I hope you guys do the whole series. We'll see about that. Man. And then coming in from Facebook, hold your horses. Adam, I'm weirdly into this podcast. Fun stuff. There's more. I have actually read this back in the day, but I forgot a lot of it. I have to admit I had trouble with that. With what people liked about this so much. Me too. But I found a good things to like. Thanks for doing this pod. Thank you. And thank everybody for the 5-star reviews. Keep them coming. We'll keep them reading.
Yeah, seriously, we appreciate it tons. That whole, what was it? Twilight Renaissance, whatever it was. If there's a big following there, dude, totally promote our podcast over there.
Yes.
Let's go.
Yeah, it'll be better if it comes from somebody else rather than us.
But,
gotta promote.
So, yeah, keep up with those reviews. Seriously, it means a ton. Rate 5 stars. That 1-star person, it's like the ugly child that you never wanted. So
We'll never ever mention the 1-star review ever again. This was just the first one. There's always going to be haters, especially with the book, when we're actually trashing the book on accident and on purpose every now and then. So it's just like, whatever. Yeah, big deal. But go ahead and dish him out. We're going to get way more 5 stars. Come at me, bro!
Yeah. All right. So today we're going to be going over chapters 13 and 14. Oh, boy.
They were long and they were tough.
They were long chapters. I thought
they were tough.
I think these 2 chapters were at least a little bit better than the last 2. Not like not by much, but
no.
Really?
No. Okay, if you look at my book, you can't see my book. But these 2 chapters combined, we always do 2 chapters when we do these things.
Yes.
These 2 chapters were 52 pages. Maybe 51, if I remember right. Anyways, this book has 500, more or less. We basically did a whole 10th of the book in these 2 chapters. And the 2 chapters were just tension. Sexual tension.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
all it was. And it was so hard to do because I was just like, when are we going to get over how much they want to touch each other and like kiss? Like, come on. Bring on like the killing. Bring on a vampire that like wants blood. This sucks.
If you liked sexual tension, stay tuned.
Yeah, seriously. This is like, nothing happens, but it's just like, gosh, man, just keep it in your pants, Stephanie Meyer.
But the reason why I say I think it's better than the last 2 chapters is because at least like you get a little bit of background history. Like
I don't want the background anymore, dude.
The last 2 chapters were just like garbage. There's like nothing to it.
Every chapter is garbage. Yeah, but we're more than halfway through the book and we still have no good plot. It's just like, oh, I'm gonna date him. Maybe. We're thinking about getting married now. Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah, I totally agree. So but at least we learned something. Like for goodness sakes, like holy cow.
What did you learn? You learned nothing.
We'll go over it. All right. Chapter 13. Confessions. All right, so we finally get to learn the beginning of the
Meyer. Keep going.
So we learned about Edward. We learned about the sunlight in Edward at the beginning of the chapter. Because the last chapter, it was like, it left you on a cliffhanger. Like, he stepped out into the midday sun. And it was like, well, what happened? So we learned that Edward, when he steps into the sunlight,
he's got so much bling.
It's like bling, dude. It's like Lil Wayne or something. Just like,
yeah, dude, he's just pimped out. He's just got way too many chains on. Bella misinterpreted the sparkling diamonds on his skin. It's actually he's got embedded. You know how they have like tattoo art? Somebody was just so hardcore they just started embedding diamonds into his skin.
Could have done like glitter or something. It's probably doable.
That's not as hardcore.
Yeah, so anyways, that's not true. But
oh, come on.
So he lay perfectly still in the grass. And
they're in a meadow.
Yep. And is just tiny diamonds embedded in the surface. So just apparently
they're not actual diamonds, but he's very shiny.
He's super shiny, which
she uses like 4 different words to describe it, like sparkled, scintillating, incandescent, glistening. What else was it? Crystal. Yeah. This is gross. I don't know.
I find weird. What I find weird is that he starts. He said it says now and then his lips would move so fast it looked like they were trembling. But when I asked,
he's just possessed, like.
But when I asked, he told me he was singing to himself. So he just steps in the sunlight, glows, and then he starts singing. It's like just a reaction to the glow. Like you know, what I mean, I don't know. It's so I don't understand.
Yeah.
Like if I'm Bella, I'm looking at this. I'm like, this guy's crazy.
He's singing like a song from the 20s or something. Like you'd hear like in a what's it called, like a monophone in a record, like some old bluegrass sound. Yeah, what's going on with this guy?
It's really interesting. But these chapters where it's basically the whole question and answer thing again. Bella starts asking him like all these questions and. It's exactly it. Sexual tension, baby. Like,
baby.
The whole time, it's like Like,
Yeah, well, they're lying still. They're lying next to each other,
Yeah.
and they're just constantly touching each other's throats and skin and bones and I don't know.
His mouth rubbed against my cheek.
Yeah.
His finger went from my ear to my mouth. Like,
there's a point where he's like laying on her chest, listening to her heart. It's just like, okay.
Yeah,
this is better kept in private. Don't put it in a book.
But they're so like nonchalant about it. Like they're just like talking the whole time. Like it's like they're like cats. Like just like, you know, like cuddling against each other and like moving constantly, and they're just like talking while they do it. It's so weird. I don't know.
Brushing each other with their fingertips and like playing with each other's hands. There was this one point where Edward got up, and I'm still confused kind of why he got up and like got away. I was like, wait, what just happened?
He kind of sensed that Bella was like kind of like wanting something to happen, like maybe like a kiss or something, and he kind of like freaked out a little bit. That's what I think. That's what I got from it, anyways. But
okay, we'll leave it at that then.
That's what I got from it. But
I got a different idea. It's definitely not podcast worthy, but anyways.
Whoa. We don't have that explicit tag, dude. We don't want it.
I know, all right? And this book should have it, though, because this is for, like, 10-year-old girls.
But I lightly trailed my hand over the perfect muscles of his arm, followed the faint pattern of bluish veins inside the crease at his elbow. So
I just noticed there is no, like, recommended age for books, are there?
There's not, like, a rate, like a PG
like a parent rating or something.
A teen or mature rating, yeah.
For the parents, what you should be aware of. Like, what your child is reading. I don't know. I feel like when my girls pick up Twilight in the future, if I ever have a girl,
you think
it's gonna be a little skeptical. I'm gonna be like, I don't think that's a good thing for you to be reading. I don't know. Maybe just stick to the movie.
There'll probably be a new series out by then that they'll read. They probably Twilight probably won't even. I don't know. I don't think it would be, but these books last a long time. Apparently, you know, like Harry Potter and all that stuff. Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, these are really big.
Yeah.
Nah, these are timeless, I would imagine. This isn't as big as those other fantasy books, but this is definitely... It's just not as big because it doesn't appeal to the opposite sex as much. That's the only reason why.
Yeah, that's your point.
This is just all for girls, man. And really girly guys.
Yeah. Well, So this is the point where Edward kind of... He's like arguing with himself. Like he gets like he's just like at conflict. Like he's like sitting there and he's like, but it's not. He's like, it's not like you could hurt me, and it's like he's like, it's not like you could outrun me. It's not like you could like fight me off. Like he's like,
he's just like ripping branches off of trees and like throwing them into stumps.
Yeah,
he's like, ha! Check out how buff I am. He's like doing the whole like. No, it kind of reminded me of a Little Red Riding Hood. And she's like, it's not exactly the same, but it's like, what big teeth do you have? And he's like, the better to eat you with. Not that you can outrun me or anything. You know, I don't know.
You could fight me off. Throw some.
I could just see him with the Little Red Riding Hood, like the granny outfit. I don't know. I was starting to wander again because this book doesn't hold my attention very much. But still, it was still pretty funny in my head. Maybe you would have got that image. I don't know. But yeah. Anyway, continue.
Well, yeah, so he's like arguing with himself, and then he's just like it's, I don't know, it's so weird because he'll be like, don't be afraid, but he's not like really like talking to her. He's like talking to himself. Like it's like I promise, like I swear not to hurt you, and then he like whispers again, like don't be afraid. It's like something is just like making him go crazy, and obviously like it's this whole situation with Bella and everything, but like he's just like really having a hard time. It's really weird. When you read this part, it's just like him going back and forth, saying
trying to control himself.
Exactly. Yeah. And then he's like, okay.
I just like the part where he's like, I'm not thirsty today.
Yeah, it winked.
That's so awkward.
After he just threw like a log and like freaking out, he's just like, I'm not thirsty today. Don't worry.
Yeah.
Like I would worry. I'm out of here.
Peace out, Girl Scout. This is stupid.
But of course, Bella doesn't want to leave. She's like, I don't want you to leave. But yeah, this part right here is like, I don't want you to leave, which is exactly why I should, but don't worry. I'm essentially a selfish creature. I crave your company too much to do what I should. I'm glad. And then he's like, don't be. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's like so confusing, this whole part. Like, I think I wrote down somewhere where I was just like how can someone find this like romantic, this beginning part? Like it's so like conflicting and annoying how much he like argues with himself, and he's like, no, like don't be glad, like I want to be with you, I don't want to be with you. Like it's just back and forth and just kind of
it's that drama though.
Yeah,
it's the drama that people crave. That's why they like, what are they called, thrillers, and the movie that's drama. Every drama that's out there is just a bunch of fighting and miscommunication and all of that stuff, where it's just like, oh, I didn't actually get my point across. Why are you mad at me? Don't be mad. You're not supposed to. And then like the reader knows the secret, actually knows how they both feel, but neither of them can get their point across until the very end. That's what I felt like this whole thing was about too, like what you're talking, where he's just like, it's so hard to be with you, but I must be with you, but I can't be with you, but I want to be with you, but it's too dangerous. And she's like, I don't care. Just stay with me. I love your face.
Put your mouth on my throat. Do it.
Yeah, right?
You won't. You won't.
Just puncture my throat a little bit with your teeth. Just a little bit. Just a tip.
Yeah. So then he goes on to explain, like, he's trying to, like, create, like, a metaphor for, like, people and, like, their blood and stuff. So he says...
Or scent.
Yeah, he's like, you know how everyone enjoys different flavors? Some people love chocolate ice cream, others prefer strawberry. And then I was like, I wonder what my flavor is. Ooh. I bet I'm a strawberry.
I was trying to come up with something to say about that, and you said it all. So let's keep going.
Is there a quiz, like a Twilight quiz? What flavor are you?
Okay, I'll give
like
you
an
the
app.
quiz right now. I got 5 questions for you.
All right.
What's your favorite color?
Yellow.
Okay. What is your name?
Jason.
Are you sure that's the name you want to choose? Because that creates a lot of guidance for me. Are you sure that's what your name should be in this quiz?
Yes, and that was your third question. You asked a question there.
Crap. Okay. 4th question. What's a good 4th question? Oh, what's your blood type?
I don't remember. I think it's like B negative or something.
Oh, jeez, you don't know?
I don't remember.
Oh, what are you doing? You got to figure that out.
I'm sorry.
Okay, we're gonna go with B negative.
I think it's B negative, but I could be wrong.
All right. I can feel your flavor coming.
Whoa.
I already can sense this last question. I already know your answer. Are you Team Edward or Team Jacob?
At this point, Team Jacob. There's less of him in the book.
I was gonna say, I was like, we barely even see Jacob. I'm gonna be Team Jacob. What the heck? Okay, I know your flavor.
All right.
You are cupcake.
Oh, I like it. I think it's
You're not supposed to like it. There are no flavor to cupcake. Isn't a flavor.
There's like confetti, like cake. I kind of just figured that's kind of.
You just imagine it was get the cake batter.
Yeah, like cake batter, confetti type ice cream, which
right.
I'm totally down.
You shouldn't be happy about that. You
right.
should not be happy. You should not be pleased.
Right.
That's a very weak flavor. No one likes it. No one goes after cupcake. Everyone goes for like banana and grape and stuff like all the popular ones. You're not a popular flavor at all. You're weak.
Banana and grape ice cream are popular flavors? What?
I didn't know we were going off of ice cream. We were just talking about flavor in general.
What are you talking about? Yeah, can I have grape ice cream?
That's called sorbet. Sorbet, man.
Oh, boy. Okay.
Or is it sherbet?
I say sherbet.
Sherbet. Sorbet, sherbet. I think they're different.
Sorbet.
Anyways,
let's go on.
You're a terrible flavor. That's all I was trying to get to.
But basically, so for Edward, Bella is the first to smell like this to him. Like, this is like his first, like, what's the word I'm looking for?
Delicacy.
Yeah, like the
one thing he would hunt like his whole life. This is the blood he'd look for to suck on.
Exactly. I'm going to quote what they say. So what you're saying is, I'm your brand of heroin. Hey,
I didn't know you could have brands of heroin.
apparently there's different kinds.
I'm pretty sure you don't have brands of heroin. Do you have brand? I don't know. They're all made the same way.
Maybe, dude, Bella, maybe, she
might be addicted.
I don't know.
There was a part where he was like, you wouldn't know. You're not addicted to any hard drugs. And I think she is, going by her past and how she decided to use brand. I think she knows what she's talking about.
They may be.
You got to watch out for Bella, man. Tough blood, man. Tough blood.
We find out a little bit about Jasper and a little bit of the siblings. How Jasper is the newest to join the family. I
thought it was Emmett.
No, Emmett has been around longer than Jasper.
Oh,
Jasper's the newer one, so he kind of has a harder time being around humans. He's just not really used to it yet. And then how they all have like different powers. It goes into that as well. But it talks about Emmett, how he met someone like this twice, like how Edward has met Bella. That same like chemistry between the two. Emmett has found two people like this for him. And they say, what did Emmett...
was that classic, yeah.
It was like, what did Emmett do? And then it was the wrong question to ask. His face grew dark, his hand clenched into a fist inside mine. He looked away. I waited, but he wasn't going to answer. She says, I guess I know. So apparently Emmett juiced up, if you know what I mean.
You got juiced, yep. For sure, especially with that puppy dog reaction by Edward. It was just like one of those classic soap opera moments where he like puts a fist on his head, closes his eyes, and goes, "Oh, Marie, saves and soul," or something.
Yeah, that's exactly what it. That's exactly.
Oh come on, I can see it perfect in my head.
But they just go into if Edward's going to be able to handle this situation, this relationship, basically with. Just how strong the chemistry, the sense, just the smell, the essence of Bella. If he's gonna be able to handle it.
Why would he even try to handle it? Why doesn't he just go for it? It's just like, oh, it tastes so good, eat it, yummy.
He's just trying not to. I don't know. I don't know.
Why would he do that? It makes no sense. Like in the beginning, it's just like lure her away, get her alone, kill her. And then it's like, oh, look, now I can deal with it again. Like, I can be human.
Yeah, but...
I can try to be human again.
The sheriff's daughter disappearing and then finding her with her blood drained? Yeah, that wouldn't... I don't know.
Well, he wouldn't leave the body for someone to be found. Dude, the guy could, throw her into the atmosphere, probably. So tough.
just throws her.
Send her into orbit, man. No one will find the body.
And then...
At least when it comes back in the atmosphere, it should just burn up.
Anyways, they go on to Edward starts explaining like their first meetings. He talks about like kind of like what happened on the first day they met each other and stuff like that. He talks about how
why he was so sketched out.
Yeah, like how he was freaking out.
Smelled her scent or whatever.
Yeah, he said he thought of 100 different ways to get her out of the class and alone with each other, and I was like,
yeah, see, that's what he should have done.
And it was like, well, what would you do? You'd be like, hey, teacher, can me and Bella be excused? Oh, and Bella won't be coming back. It would just be me. Is that all right?
Do it like that. But you just wait for school to be over. And
he said 100 ways. I'm sure that's got to be one of the ways. 100 ways, that's a lot.
Hey, baby. That's all he'd say. And then she'd just be like, oh my gosh!
He gets a little egotistical, too, where he says, I'm the world's best predator, aren't I? And I was thinking, well,
can you deny it?
What about a werewolf?
What about a werewolf?
We haven't really met, their abilities yet. We haven't really seen what they can do. So...
But that's why he's like, I'm the best one, aren't I? So far.
No.
He can't be proven wrong.
But
I wonder how he is in swimming.
How
like
Edward
you know how he can
swimming?
Yeah, like you know how he can run super fast and move super fast? I wonder if it works the same when you go in the water.
I bet Michael Phelps wouldn't even have a chance of beating him.
Well, obviously not. Edward's just like a superhuman, but still, like I wonder how he would move because from the way they depicted it in the movie, they didn't show him moving super fast. They showed him like running normal speed, but he was going through the earth or through the atmosphere, and I don't know. How did you describe it? Like his legs were going as fast as they could as a normal human. But his speed was, like 50 times faster than what it actually should have been.
Gotcha.
So, in my head, he's like pushing off the ground super hard, and he's got like some kind of, I don't know, extra ability to where he doesn't have to like move extra fast. But in the book, it says that he moves so fast you can't even see him like moving, like his hand and stuff. So, in my head, it's just like, okay, so if that were to go into the water, would the guy be like stroking super fast and just like making a massive typhoon and huge splashes everywhere and like look like a total moron? Because you can only scoop water so fast because you can pull it, but it gives, Yeah. And at the same time, you go to scoop again, you might not be able to scoop water. I don't know. So it's just like in my head, what is he, like Aquaman, where he just kind of zooms through the water and he doesn't have to do much? Or
maybe. I don't know.
I want to take this to the next level and ask somebody in the Twilight community how they can, I don't know how they can test it. They got to myth bust this, man. They got to myth bust it for me, Edward the Human Torpedo, or myth. I don't know. Sorry.
I don't think anyone really cares.
I got carried away with that.
Yeah, you did. That was way too much.
Please let me think. Let me think out loud.
No. We find out that, so it drove him crazy on the first day. He ended up he just like left that day. He tried to get different classes because it was just too much for him to handle. He ended up going home, getting into a car, driving to Alaska, spending a couple days there with some pals of his, some other vampires that he knows, I'm guessing. I don't know why else he would just hang out with regular humans, but
he said later that that's where the other like good vampires are.
There was like a big group of them, but then it got too like suspicious. There was just too many of them, and so they split up, and some of them went here, and just so it wasn't as obvious. But they go into how he really wanted to save her from getting almost like struck by that van in the car crash. And it wasn't like...
Yeah, what did he say? He was like, not her. That was the only thing you could think of.
Not her. It wasn't like because if like she died or something, or he got hurt and there was blood, there, he wouldn't be able to resist himself. Like, that's not what he was thinking. That was like in a later excuse that he just told himself. But,
weak.
But yeah, that's kind of just explains stuff to Bella where he was at, and he just made sure to like hunt and stuff, and that way he could just like be around her better.
See, this is why I feel like this book is targeted towards girls, because girls, when they like ask about someone's date or whatever, you can even see it in the book. Like, they have to go into every little tiny microscopic detail of what happened, facial expressions, and all this garbage that doesn't make any difference into how your day actually went. They just overanalyze everything. And to this day, like my wife, she'll overanalyze anything. Like, if I send her a text message, she'll be like, you sent me 2 dots, and you put a space, and then you put another dot. Why was that? Huh? Tell me why that was. I don't know. It's just like they give so much details in this book about, like, like, she already went through the whole thing, like, the whole story of like the car accident, and now she's going back, re-explaining the car accident, and going back and re-explaining this, going back, and it's just give me something new, please make this story go on. But nope, they just decide to keep going back, overanalyzing, learning more about the past. When will it be over?
I think some of it isn't. I don't mind some of it because.
How can you not mind?
I don't mind learning like the different perspective of Edward's, like why he did certain things. Like, I don't know. I don't really mind it that as much. I care more about while they're talking, the fact that they just keep touching each other. That's the part that bugs me. Like, I don't mind learning new like information. Like, I mind everything that's going on, in the background here. Like,
That's even worse for me. It's just like, come on.
you would rather read how they touch each other all day than actually
No, I don't
learning?
like either of them. They're both pointless to the story. I understand that this is a complete love story. That's all this is. But usually love stories have some kind of conflict, like they got to get home on time, or Cinderella's slipper got lost. Come on.
No, I totally agree.
This is just tomorrow. They even admit, like, we have tomorrow and the next day and the next day to keep talking about this stuff. Like, you can keep asking your questions in the chapters to come. I'll keep giving you answers because we got a lot of pages to go.
Yeah. No, I totally agree. I just thought that his perspective, getting some actual information, is better than almost biting this girl's neck. Anyways, so I've noticed too that, oh my gosh, dude, I'm convinced Stephanie Meyer has a breath fetish, dude. Like,
right?
It goes on about it again, and he's like, it says, and every day the perfume of your skin, your breath, your hair. Like, oh.
That was what made him drove him away the first time, like when they were getting too close and she smelled his breath or whatever, and he was just like, whoa, back up. And he took 8 steps back. Yeah, it's the breath, dude.
Okay. In high school, I'm not gonna lie. Like, breath is definitely a positive thing. You know what I mean? Like, you kiss someone or something like that, and okay, that's fine. But
they don't have bad breath. Yeah, that's nice.
That's nice. But I'm not sitting there like, oh baby, the breath, her
breathe on my face,
breathe in my nose directly.
Exhale in this bag. I'm gonna save it for later.
Yeah, that's seriously how this book is. It's insane. You should have said, "And every day the perfume of your skin, your hair." That would have been fine. Don't say your skin, your breath, your hair. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, no one's ever complimented anybody's good smelling breath.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's no point to that.
Dude. And then she gets into a part where it says, slowly, never moving his eyes from mine, he leaned toward me. Then abruptly, but very gently, he rested his cold cheek against the hollow at the base of my throat. And I was like, when I read this part, I was like, okay, something's gonna happen. All right, we're getting somewhere. There might be Bella's they're gonna kiss. And then I was like, huh? He rested his cold cheek against the hollow, the base of my throat. It took such a weird turn. I was so I don't know. It's come on. Why are we doing this?
Why did he do that? I don't remember. I remember him doing that. I just don't remember why.
I think that the reason why he keeps touching her and putting his face against her throat or her cheek or her chest and stuff like that, I think it's because he's trying to get immune to her. When you're around something enough that it's not as tempting, I guess. You're I don't know how to explain it, but he's trying to get over the temptation by just going full
being
in
around
it.
her.
Yeah, being around it, so he doesn't have to. You know what I mean? So it's easier. He does admit though that once they're apart from each other, that it. You know what I mean? He's gonna have to kind of do it again, but it's probably not gonna be as bad the next time. But he's gonna have to try to get used to her, that and stuff. So, but they're just, I don't know, they hang out a lot that whole day, and then this is the part where I remember you talking about the movie where we talked about how he she's a spider monkey and gets on his back and they run through the forest. So we finally get to that part where he's she gets on his back and then they start running and all this stuff, and you said it's he's moving just insanely fast and all this stuff, and then next thing they know it, they're at the truck, and she kind of doesn't handle it well. She's whoa, this, give me a second. She's
she's got that motion sickness.
Yeah, exactly. I bet I would too. That would be kind of I don't know, that'd be crazy. But
I'm pretty sure she would have tons of mosquitoes in her eyes because she didn't close them.
they're just
And
like
her
bugs.
mouth's probably open.
Yeah.
She's just inhaling flies and bugs everywhere. She's probably you know what? I just thought about that too. If Edward runs so fast, that dude's shirt has got to be covered in bugs.
Oh, definitely.
It's just like full of blood, just it's
He probably
constantly
likes it.
impacting and things. He's just sucking the blood out of his
It's
shirt.
like-
Oh yeah,
It's like
good stuff.
It's like how people eat like sunflower seeds or something like that. Like that's to him like just little bugs.
Oh.
He just like little
Yeah.
sunflower seeds, like dude, put it in the mouth.
Except he doesn't like wings and bodies, does he? He just wants the blood. He'd have to like
guess.
chew the bugs.
I
Oh,
guess, yeah.
I don't. Yeah, he might not like that.
It's like
I don't know, this
sunflower
dude's
seeds.
a weird guy, though.
It's exactly like sunflower seeds. So, like he puts like the bug in his mouth and then
And spits it out.
He spits out the bug part, but keeps like the seed or the blood part in. It's exactly like it.
Hopefully, he's not the kind of guy that puts the bug in and just sucks on the outside of it and then spits the whole bug back out and doesn't even get to the good stuff.
That's
What a waste.
That's a disappointment right there.
He's a sin.
man.
He's a sinful man. You can't
That
do that.
is, like your mom would be. Oh man, your mom should be.
Yeah, you
ashamed
shamed your
of you,
name.
man. Oh,
Have to
yeah.
change your name, get disowned or something if someone finds out you did that. For sure.
Then they actually, they do like a little tiny kiss finally.
Did they know?
Yes, they did. They
Did they know?
finally did.
Oh, who cares? Let's just skip over that real quick. I don't even care.
All right, moving on.
My lips parted as I breathed in his heady. What's that word? Heady. Heady or heady?
You're sure both.
Heady. I don't know.
I like how she's she says like you're better at this than you give yourself credit for, and it's like, how would you even know, Bella? You have never been in a relationship. Like,
Oh,
you have no
get
idea.
dissed.
Like,
I guess it's everything she ever wanted, though. And then she's
Yeah.
always like faint-hearted and like losing her balance because he's just like completely obliterating her soul with his voice.
Like, I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, but a guy grabbing your neck, placing his head on your chest, like sniffing you and all that stuff. I'm pretty sure that's not the definition of being good at relationships and not stuff. Like,
You're missing.
I don't
the
know.
point,
I could be
man.
wrong.
He's reading her. It's what she wants, right?
I guess. But she finally is somewhat feeling a little bit better, but not really. And so Edward's like, let me drive. And Bella's like,
Don't let your friends drunk or whatever.
Yeah.
You can't drive drunk.
Bella fights it, and then
Loses.
ends up losing.
Loser.
But so they drive home, yada yada yada, and
Chapter's over.
chapter 14,
We're almost there.
mind over matter.
It's pretty much the same thing all over again, isn't it? Like it's still the same day.
Oh. I'm gonna use this line. I forgot last chapter. It says, besides, friends don't let friends drive drunk. He quoted with a chuckle. I could smell the unbearable sweat fragrance coming off his chest. Weird, but that's not the part I'm gonna use. Not that line. Definitely not that line. Drunk? I objected. You're intoxicated by my very presence. Ooh, using that line.
What?
Ooh.
Who? You?
Oh yeah, I wrote it down.
You're gonna use that line?
I'm gonna use it.
That's
I'm gonna
be
say-
hilarious.
I'm
When you
gonna-
try and whip that out one day.
Oh,
and
I'm gonna
your
whip
wife's
it
just
out.
gonna be like, she's gonna laugh at you.
My wife's gonna want to drive. I'm gonna be like, you can't drive while you're drunk. She's gonna be like, drunk, and I'm gonna be like, yeah, you're drunk off. What is this? Oops, I'm gonna mess
Intoxicated
it
by my
up.
presence.
No,
Yeah, you suck at this, dude.
you're intoxicated by my very presence.
Dude, next time we go on a double date or whatever, I'm gonna do it first. It's gonna be hilarious.
Oh, I would love it, dude. I would love to see you do that. That'd be awesome.
The best part is my wife wouldn't even get it because she speaks Portuguese and
That's true.
she's still learning English. She probably wouldn't get it the first time. I'd have to use different words, but still, I'll just try to beat you to the punch.
So, 14,
Yeah, that line was funny. I laughed a little bit. I won't lie.
Anyways, 14, Mind Never Matter. So this is where we learn that Edward was born in Chicago, in 1901.
He's an oldie.
He apparently, in the summer of 1918, he was 17 and dying of the Spanish influenza. His parents died from the disease, so he was dying. So that's why Carlisle, Dr. Colin, the dad, saved him by transforming him into a vampire. So this is where we get, like, I don't know, this part I didn't mind so much because you actually like get to learn the past and kind of like what happened,
like the actual past.
Yeah, exactly. He likes 50s music. Apparently he doesn't like the 60s or 70s, which, like, what?
He didn't like Earth, Wind, and Fire.
What about
he didn't like the Beatles?
Chicago, was that 70s? Boston, or is that 80s?
That's probably 80s.
Because Boston, like Chicago, stuff like that, that's good stuff. So if that's Metallica, 80s, then I agree.
He's a metalhead.
Yeah. But yeah, so he transformed. So Edward was the first, and then I think Esme. I still don't know how to say that name, but Esme. Soon after, she fell from a cliff. When I read this, I was like, "Dang,
hardcore."
Yeah, they brought her straight to the hospital morgue, and her heart was still beating somehow. Like, that's crazy. So he was able to. So he transformed her. Emmett and Rosalie was next.
I wonder if her face is all jacked up, because if you fall off a cliff,
you're gonna
bound
need
to hit
surgery.
your face somehow.
Or does transforming into a vampire automatically make you like whole again to how you were?
Yeah. There's like little nanobodies or whatever in the blood venom, and it just like constantly fixes your face. It probably changes your face. Any ugly dude just turns into like some.
They say that all of them are super attractive, so maybe it does.
I guess it's supposed to make them a pristine hunter, so that's one way of luring them in, is just being attractive. Looks like Chuck's gonna need a little bite of venom one of these days.
Emmett was next, and he was fighting a bear. And it was like...
He was fighting a bear? I thought he was just getting attacked by a bear.
Well, it says...
they said like he was losing?
And found a bear about to finish him off. Okay, yeah. But I like the visual of Emmett and the bear fighting.
It was like he... I wonder what he's from. Like from Russia or something. He just sounds like a Russian dude to me. I don't know. But like out there, that's just like his rite of passage. He has to go out and fight a bear and like, stay alive. And he was losing, so he can't go back to like his hometown or whatever because he's a disgrace. He might as well be dead.
What are the odds of finding like in somewhere random just a guy fighting a bear? He's about to die, and then you save him. Like, that's so lucky. But I guess, but Rosalie. Wait, no, is it Rosalie?
Yeah,
one of them.
The one that saved him.
Yeah, one of them, like, they knew that they're going to find Emmett. I think Rosalie's the one that has the powers.
Was it Alice?
Alice? I think maybe it's Alice that has the...
I think Alice has the power to see the future or whatever.
Oh, I think you're right.
Rosalie's pig-headed, if I remember right.
Yeah, Rosalie's the one that's, like, super vicious. Like, tenacious. Yeah. Like, she's going to destroy you.
She's gnarly, dude.
But then Alice and Jasper... So... Jasper belonged to another family, a very different kind of family. So interesting to see. Maybe, I don't know, maybe will come up later. But so yeah, all of them have different powers. So Edward can read thoughts.
And Alice, like, no one knows like her past.
Yeah, exactly. Yes, exactly.
Or was it Rosalie? Shoot, I don't remember. Anyway, one of the girls.
Alice doesn't remember her human life at all. Alice is one.
She woke up alone or whatever.
Yeah. But
like good opportunities for good stories, like to follow, like a plot at least.
Oh,
like
yeah.
Someone's got an enemy or whatever. I highly doubt any of that is actually like pertinent to this book. All that backstory is just like backstory. That's it.
I hope so. Apparently,
I'm placing a bet.
Apparently, there's not a whole lot of them. A whole lot of vampires is what it made it sound like. They say that there's definitely some vampires that are like confused why they live this way, like more like a vegan style of living, which probably is pretty real, like pretty relatable to like how things are today when people like look at vegans, they're like, really?
Right.
But
Really?
So they arrive at the house, and Edward invites himself in a way. Bella says, yeah, you can come in. Bella makes dinner for herself because she's hungry. Leftover lasagna. Do-do-do.
Do-do-do.
I don't
What's
know
so
why I had to
do-do-do
make
about
that sound.
lasagna?
I don't know. Dude, lasagna sounds good.
Someone's
right
excited.
Now, man.
Yeah,
I'm hungry.
This guy wants lasagna. Someone get this man lasagna.
Ooh, baby. I love it.
That's what Edward says. Oh, baby, give me some lasagna. No, Edward doesn't even eat food, does he?
Yeah, what a terrible life, man.
He
Food
just
is
wants to eat
so
blood
good.
or whatever. That's boring.
Oh, food is so good.
I wonder if you can get fat by just drinking blood.
Oh, I'm sure.
Really?
You would think.
I don't even know what blood is. Is it just like pure calorie or protein or something? I don't know. I don't even know what the heck that would be. Anyways, you know what it is? He probably likes to fatten the blood. He probably like sucks the blood out of the people that like to go in like McDonald's every day. There's extra fat in their blood blockages and stuff. And then Chuck comes home though. Don't forget about Chuck.
Yeah, Charlie comes home and Edward like just takes off out of nowhere, just like I'm.
In my head, he went like into the roof and just like is perched there, like watching him from above.
Yeah,
no one's gonna
exactly.
Look up.
He's like
just
Batman.
all sketchy. Yeah. Nah, dude. He's a vampire. He's not like Batman.
We finally get
Vampires are
Charlie.
nothing.
I feel like we
Batman.
haven't heard from Charlie in so long. He's like, "Oh man, make me some of that food, woman."
That's right. Please.
Please. So she makes some lasagna as well. And then she's like basically like trying to like get out of like trying to go upstairs as quick as possible, you know, so that way she can like meet up with Edward. Like hopefully Edward's still there. She's like, yeah, I'm gonna go. Like no plans. And then Charlie's like, are you sure there's nothing else going on? Yeah, it's Saturday. Like, what about any boys? You know, and
Brings up Mike.
Brings up Mike, my boy Mike,
The Newton man.
He's
Yeah,
just
she
like,
shoots that down real quick.
yeah, shoots it down. It's like, I'm going upstairs. And she's like, Edward, like, hello? And then Edward's like, hey. And she like gets scared, like, oh, you're here. But she like tries to.
She wasn't expecting it. Like, come on.
I know, seriously, come on.
Loser.
She tries to like convince Charlie that like she's going to bed. So she like goes to like the bathroom and like puts on sweats and all this stuff and says goodnight to Charlie, like, you know, trying to
shower,
him,
washed
like,
her hair. Yeah,
yeah.
she's not gonna go out with wet hair.
brushes her teeth because, you know, that breath. Come on.
Gotta have that good breath.
Ooh, baby.
If you were to breathe someone's breath like that, like tight lips pressed together and just there'd be something outrageously wrong with you and you'd need to be committed as soon as possible.
Maybe that's what they do. Like, they sit on the bed next to each other and then they just start breathing in each other's faces for like an hour.
They take turns, like they have to find a rhythm where they can both exhale and inhale at the same time.
All right, your turn.
Yeah. They just have like CO2 poisoning. They both pass out constantly.
Oh, what disgusting people.
It's the fetish of Stephanie Meyer. That's what they should rename this book.
I'm honestly convinced of it too.
Exhale.
So yeah, Edward's like on the bed and it's like, oh boy, like where is this going? You know, like
They're just gonna
that
hang
was
out
my
on the bed all
first.
innocent.
Yeah, that was my first thought. Like, okay, what's going on?
She's in her pajamas. She mentioned Victoria's Secret too. It's just like, uh-oh.
Well, she had like
Shield your eyes.
She had Victoria's Secret like pajamas that her mom gave her, but she hasn't like used them yet. They still have like tags on them and stuff.
Right.
And then
How old is she? She's like 16 though, isn't she?
16, 17.
Calm down, Bella. Calm down.
Whatever. And then they go into like how Edward is there like almost every night just watching her. And it was like
All sketchy.
What?
But
like,
she's like flattered by it. She didn't even care. She's like, oh, you watch me sleep?
Well,
and then
yeah.
she finds out that she's like sleep talking.
Yeah. Well, it's like, I still didn't turn around. How often do you come here? I come here almost every night. And she's like, why? You're interesting when you sleep. You talk. And then this is when she's like, and then he's like, are you angry with me? And then she's like, that depends. And he's like, on. And I'm like, so in my head, when Edward says on, I would be like, that you have been watching me sleep and like, maybe like I'm changing in the middle of the night or something, like I'm stuff, and like, but she's like, on what you heard, and it's like, no, you should be concerned if he's like peeking while you're changing, or like, you know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's way more the pressing issue.
That's definitely a pressing issue. You might have a peeking Edward in your backyard and you don't even know about him, man.
He's almost there every night. Like, come on, you changed in your bedroom. Like, he has...
Chuck's got to pick up his game. He's got a kid in his house. Come on, Chuck.
Get that shotgun. Go up
Where's
the stairs.
the thermal goggles, man? Got to protect your kid. Daddy sense has got to be tingling or something.
Goodness. But...
I can't even find that part where she's like, no, you can hear me talking. She's just like getting all embarrassed.
Yeah, she gets embarrassed because like she said his name a couple times, and
yeah, I can just imagine. Edward. Edward. Oh, the breath. Oh, Edward. It's so hot. He's just like there watching her. Yep, that's me. I don't know. I wouldn't, if I were creepy like Edward and just standing in someone's room listening to them talk like all night long, I'd feel so bad about myself. Like, dude, this is what I've come to. This is what I do with my nocturnal powers. I listen to people sleep talk. I'd want it to be over quicker than I could make it.
Yeah. So, what the heck was that?
Hello. Don't worry about that.
Jeez Louise, man. Turn your
Edit that
phone
part out.
off.
And I was like right next to my microphone, too.
You noob.
What a noob.
Actually, I probably should check my phone now.
No,
No, I think I'm good. All right.
not even popular. Noob.
Oh. This is where they like. There's
It was probably another 5-star review, actually.
Oh yeah, baby. So they start like. This is where they like touch each other again. Like, but his fingers were slowly tracing my collarbone. And this is where they like still like are. He's still like fighting it a little bit. He's like, "You're driving me crazy." He stands up and like just doesn't. He just doesn't know what to do. And I don't know. They're still like doing that flirty thing.
The flirty thing.
And just trying to figure out like how they're going to do this relationship. Like, that's honestly like what's going on right now.
And they're just enjoying each other's company a little bit too much.
Yeah, they're getting a little comfy on that bed. That's what I'm saying, dude. These two chapters were definitely sexually forward.
Forward. They were very progressive when it came to their feelings.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's like, don't go, like, please stay. So he like sits on the
like,
bed and holds her. And
then they go to sleep.
Well, he doesn't.
She does.
She does.
He might as well have.
But Rosalie was apparently supposed to be meant for Edward.
Well, that was what's his face's hope. He was like, "Oh, this guy needs a partner."
Yeah. Right?
This guy's just going to be alone for the rest of his life. This guy needs something. Wait, they never mentioned Carlisle's wife. Was she just always around then?
Is that Esme, though?
I don't remember.
Oh, man, dude. People are going to, like, send us a message like, are you guys
Good,
stupid?
send me
I don't know. I don't remember.
I only read this book to podcast. I don't read this book for any other reason. Let's see. Esme. I don't remember what his wife's name is. Anyway.
Oh, it's like, no, there's definitely...
There's someone else?
There's definitely a wife. Oh, shoot. I'm just going to Google it. I think that's going to be easier just in, like, searching Carlisle's wife.
Well, show up.
Esme.
Quickly.
Yep, it's Esme.
Oh, it is Esme.
Yep.
Okay, so we had Edward and then Esme? he had a son first before he had a wife?
I'm not gonna go all the way back and look at that. I don't remember.
You said Edward was first, and I just trusted you.
I think Edward was first.
All right. Anyways.
Shoot. Man, yeah, you guys need to, like...
help us out.
I was gonna say, I really wouldn't mind, like, corrections. Like, if you send me, like, a tweet or something, or, like, a Facebook message or something, and say, like, no, it's actually this. Like, I'm honestly fine with that.
Yeah, it's totally worth the 10 seconds of... Oh,
that's right.
I'll never remember it ever again.
Because, like, I'm like, yeah, that's, man, I don't remember. But
I'm not that worried about it. I just had that little tiny itty bitty question. Apparently, you don't take good enough notes.
But then it's like, we have tomorrow and the next day to talk and ask questions and stuff. And
yeah, that was the part that made me like shake my head because I was just like, oh, dang it. That means next chapter is just going to be more questions. And the chapter after that, it's never going to come to a conflict. I'm pretty sure the conflict is them Chuck walking in on them, like making out. That's going to be the conflict.
Yeah,
and then she's going to have to like run away.
I don't know.
I'm trying to remember what it was like in the movie. I don't remember exactly like what the conflict was at all. I feel like there was something really big, something way bigger than what's going on, but I can't remember.
So Rosalie and Emmett will get married soon. Bella's
again.
And she says, like, is it the same for humans? Again? What are you talking about again?
They get married constantly. You didn't know that?
What?
Yeah. Because they get married, and then they have to move to a new place, but then they usually start over as kids, dating or whatever. And then they get married every now and then. Like, they've gotten married more than twice, that's for sure.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he said again, like, right after he said that they got married.
Oh.
Do you have that note? You don't have that note? Oh, dude, this is why I don't need to take notes, man. I'm a boss. I can remember everything. Check me out.
You are a boss. But... yeah, so then Bella's like, do you find me attractive in that way at all? He's like, I may not be human, but I am a man. Mm-hmm. But then Edward's like, do you want me to leave? And she says, no, and almost says it too loudly. Come on, Chuck. You gotta hear this. Come on, man.
Well, yeah, there was that one point where he like came in and checked on her.
Oh, yeah, just a bit, yeah. And then she, like, faked that she was sleeping, and Edward's like, you're a terrible actress.
Yeah. He had to bail for a little bit.
She ends up she's like, more tired than I realized, exhausted from the long day of mental and emotional stress, like I never had felt before. I drifted to sleep in his cold arms. And, okay, so, me personally, there's no way I would just sleep, like, in their arms. Because, like, if someone, like, that I had a huge crush on, and we're, like, sitting there, like, together, cuddling and stuff like that, there's no way I'm falling asleep. That's just me.
All right.
Just saying.
Good for you.
Like, there's no way, dude.
Just stay up all night hanging out.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I don't know. Bella's weak.
She's weak.
But that does it for
I don't know. After a long day, I usually can fall asleep to anything. Even though it's like, oh, dude, I want to play games, or oh, there's a good movie on, or oh, there's a game.
But like,
I'll still fall asleep.
Like a new relationship, like don't like. Come on, like back in high school.
Try harder to stay up.
Oh yeah, are you kidding me? You would.
Dude, I was exhausted every day.
You're crazy, man. I would stay up so late every night, and I didn't even have a girl in my room.
I'd still stay up late every now and then, but it was hard because I was just like so tired. Because I didn't have control over my eyes. My eyes would just get heavy, and I'd be like, oh, stay awake. And like I'd shudder, I'd shake my head a little bit, and I'd still start falling asleep again. So I can feel for Bella for falling asleep and wanting to fall asleep.
Dude, that's not how I work at all. Like,
really?
My eyes never get tired, and I find myself like almost falling asleep. Like that never happens.
Your eyes don't get like heavy?
No.
Really? You've never felt that feeling before? You know
I'm
what
sure,
I'm talking about?
Like, I have to be dead exhausted for that to happen, like, extremely, and that never
that
happens.
explains everything. Dude, you're a lazy butt. You barely even work.
No, dude, I work. Dude, my whole job, I'm moving around. I'm like running around, and then I go to the gym afterwards.
When you go to the gym, yeah, but you haven't filled us in all the deets. What are you moving around? Fluffy loaves of bread.
It's not.
What are you working out at the gym?
Fluffy.
You're lifting 2 weights.
All right, get over here. Get over here right now. Let's do this.
Dude, you're so weak.
You want to see weak?
Yeah, show me weak, dude. I'll
You
look
wanna
at
see-
you.
You want to see weak? All right,
Freaking
ready?
wood.
Ready?
Ready for what? What was that? A piece of paper?
No, I just ripped my shirt.
Yeah, right, liar. That was totally a piece of paper. You're trying to prove your masculinity over a microphone. Oh, this guy is great. Everybody subscribe to the iTunes podcast. Listen to Pasty rip his shirt, quote unquote, off.
Does this sound more like it?
That would definitely be a Hanes or a Fruit of the Loom. Yeah, totally. That was definitely a shirt ripping off. I kind of want to rip my shirt off now just to show you what it sounds like. You probably never had that.
Do it. You won't.
What? Do it? I'll do it for the podcast. Here we go.
What was that?
That was my shirt, dude. My shirt's ripped off. Yeah, dude.
Send me a picture, dude.
No.
Send me a picture. There's no proof.
All right. Well, fine. Here, I'll open my webcam up. Check it out. All right, visual proof, visual confirmation. I am a man. I can rip my shirt off. Jason has to rip his paper. This has been Twilight Noobs. We'll catch you later on the flippity flip.
I really hope you didn't like that shirt.
Oh, it's just a black t-shirt.
I'll buy you a new shirt.
All right, cool. Sponsor us now, Haynes, please. We're going through shirts like crazy. We're too manly for this podcast.
I'm gonna get you a white sleeveless button up.
Okay, yeah. Someone needs to sponsor us. Send me a pack of shirts through like the mail, and every time we sign off, I'll have to rip my shirt off. Just give me the toughest fabric you can find. That way, it actually like picks up on the microphone.
You can get like multiple 3 shirts and rip all 3 of them at the same time.
Oh yeah,
go for just epic. That's awesome
for sure.
I bet your wife's gonna be so mad at you. But anyway,
maybe.
Well, that was chapters 13 and 14, and some epic manliness over here.
Yeah, we gotta spice things up here a little bit.
Next week we'll be doing chapters 15 and 16. Like we said, every Saturday there'll be a new episode out. So stay tuned, guys. Make sure to leave a review and rating on iTunes. It means a ton. If we get enough, other people are gonna see it. I don't know.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be
help us.
long. It can just be 5 stars. That's all we got. That's all we ask for. 5 stars.
Exactly. It means a lot. So please do that. Seriously, right now, pause the podcast and just do it. It takes literally 10 seconds to do it.
And then come back, listen to the rest of the podcast.
Exactly.
Because there's only 10 seconds left.
If you're hearing these words right now, we appreciate you being here. It means a lot.
Seriously, Haynes, sponsor,
please. We need a new shirt. I don't know. Is there anything else?
Nah. Nope, that's it.
All right. Facebook page, Twilight Noobs. My Twitter is noob_Jason. Check that out.
Oh, really?
Yep. I changed it to
nice.
noob_Jason.
That's awesome.
So, yep. Thanks for being here. We'll catch you next Saturday. And this has been Twilight Noobs. I'm Jason.
I'm Eric.
We'll see you next time.